This video will get you familiar with the cast editor in the Newsroom Remote 4.5 program. The cast editor in Remote 4.5 is a standalone cast editor, so when we save copy, we are saving to the local computer that you're working on. The cast editor opens up in edit mode, so it allows you to type in the lower area. And we have a lower toolbar to save the story, post changes to this segment, and close this story for editing. We can insert audio here from our local audio list. We can insert comments used in TV, and your basic text formatting, size of the font, whether it's bold or italicized. And then we have a spell check module over there. So here we're going to save the story. This one's going to be my intro. And it's a regular story. And if you want it held on purge, you can check that so that it can act as a default. And that's story 1. And I'm going to close it from editing. And now the toolbar disappears. The rest of your functionality is at the top of the cast editor. We can open an existing cast file that we've already made. We can set our cast properties for the title of the cast. You can even set the duration here if you like. Saving the cast with a file name or a new file name is done off this menu. Printing the contents of the lineup, printing the lineup information with all the timing. And here we have remove a story and add a story or segment to it. And here's how we edit. So let's edit this. And save our changes. And here we're going to add a new story. And we can copy from the internet, copy from text, Word documents. In this case here, I'm going to insert audio. I'm going to use the speaker. And it brings up my local audio list on this computer. And now I'm going to save my changes and title it. Your lineup is done by dragging and dropping to the area where you want the story to go. Now I'm going to save it, just make sure it's saved over here. And I'm going to call this my 5 a.m. When I open up on air, it might want some setup here. So what we're going to do is set our settings in on-air options, current settings. The background I want to be black. Font color I want to be white. And I'm going to take the rest of these things as default. Line spacing between the lines of text. So now I've got some settings, and I'm going to use the down arrow and select my 5 a.m. cast. And one more thing for setup, I'm going to go to Options, Auto Cue, Auto Track the audio. Make it full screen if you want. And we're just about ready to go with our first couple stories. I'm going to minimize on air. And just in case that you're working from the main site, I'm going to show you how to drag and drop content from the main site. In the Remote 4.5 program, select the tool called My Sites. and it'll open up on your default settings. Here we see the main server at the top that you're connected to, and any remote servers that you might be connected to throughout your organization. These all represent servers running Newsroom 4.5. My first drag and drop is going to be from the main site from the wires directory. And I'm just going to drag and drop, press and hold, move sideways. Once the mouse changes over to the top part of your cast editor in Remote 4.5, let go. You can take the default name of the story and say OK, and in it goes. You might want it in a lower position. Here's a story with audio. Let's see if we can grab that at the same time. Drag and drop. Here it sees the audio and it wants to download it, and you can select whatever rate you want to download it at, and it's going to file to your local audio list. Take the default name of the story. That's dragging and dropping from the main site into your cast editor. Now we can also take some text, and here on the cast editor I'm just going to say new story, and over here I'm just going to highlight, drag and drop, let go, add any text you want here. And save your changes. Here I'm going to save the cast again with a new name. Now, the next example, we're going to add a story and grab audio from the main site only. So I'm going to use my toolbar to go to the audio, and going to take this and drag it and drop it to the text area. Let go. Again, it wants to download it to my local audio list, and import. In it goes. Save it. I'm just going to call it story 4. Those are some basic editing commands in the remote cast editor, and should give you a start to using it. For more information on KLZ products, go to www.klz.com or email sales@klz.com. Thanks for watching.